I'm Lulu Chu. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Both users are Lulu Chu Official, and don't forget to subscribe to my OnlyFans, which is XXX Lulu Chu.
Where are you from originally?
I was born in China, and then right before I turned 1, I was adopted, and I've lived in Oklahoma for the most of my life. My favorite subject was always English. From a very young age, I've always loved to read and write, so that was just always my passion. High school was interesting. I kind of floated around the social groups. I didn't really have a set place, but I would hang out with like the preps, the nerds, the orchestra geeks. It was all over.
While you were in high school, were you sending your boyfriends sexy pictures and stuff?
My boyfriend, not my boyfriend. Yeah, lots of nudes.
We joke about that, but was that for the attention? Was that a turn on for you? Was that...
Definitely for the attention, but then also I was pretty insecure in high school, so it was a form of validation.
Do you remember the first time you saw something adult-related, a magazine, a movie?
It wasn't... Okay, so this wasn't like explicitly adult, but I watched like Batman and Robin with Poison Ivy and her being all sexy, and I swear to God, I thought about that movie for like a month afterwards. I was in like first grade.
How do you get in this wonderful world of adult entertainment?
Well, like I said, I started sugar babying, and from that, after I got a boyfriend, I started camming with him, and I got recruited on Twitter, and I figured, you know, why not? You know, it's money, it's a really cool opportunity, you know, not a lot of people get to see the inside of the industry.
You started webcamming. Was it a turn on for you knowing that people would be jacking off to you?
Not necessarily the jacking off part, but I am an exhibitionist, so knowing that there were hundreds or thousands of people watching me was pretty hot.
Do you get recruited then into movies from that, or how do you make the transition from camming?
So I had a Twitter to promote my my camming profile, and I guess one of the recruiters for AMA saw me, and he sent me a DM, and we talked for a little bit, and he emailed me some information, and just kind of went downhill from there. Well, uphill. It's good.
Your first boy-girl scene, you remember your reaction? I don't know the actor's name, but for sake of discussion, hi, I'm Johnny. I'll be working with you today.
Well, it was interesting. I was supposed to have Oliver Flynn as my talent, but he was having some difficulties and couldn't make the shoot, so it ended up being Riley from Hussy Models, and that kind of threw me off, because, you know, I had looked into Oliver and I was like mentally prepared to shoot with him, and then it was someone different, but it worked out all right.
You do the first scene, I'm guessing it goes well. Do you immediately start shooting, or do you take some time off to think about taking this any further?
Oh no, next shoot, just keep shooting.
How does your boyfriend feel about that?
He wasn't happy. But he's also gone now, so there's that.
At what point, or even now, is this a career for you, or is this just a job?
Currently, I do see it as a career. You know, I'd like to do this for as long as, you know, the public wants me. And from there, I'd like to continue working in the porn industry, but, you know, off camera.
Have you had any of your former boyfriends or high school people hit you up on social media and brag that they banged a famous porn star?
I haven't seen anyone bragging about banging a porn star, but I certainly have had a lot of old hookups asking if they can go again. I tell them no, they can't.
For you at this point, is sex still fun, or is this a job?
I mean, sex is still fun, but when I'm on set and filming, it is definitely a job, because I'm just, you know, I try to be professional and view it as such. So on set, it's work. Off set, it's fun.
If you'd gotten out of this industry, what would you be doing? Or hope to be doing?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. I mean, I was in school for MIS, but at this point, I wouldn't go back to that. If I worked outside of the industry, I'd probably try and be like an esthetician or a dermatologist.
When you're not doing silly interviews like this and shooting, what do you like to do?
I like to watch TV and listen to music. I like to read, paint, sketch, sometimes bake. I've recently started taking pole lessons, and I've been having a lot of fun with those. I like to practice when I have the chance.
Sadly, the coronavirus thing just started. How has that impacted you? How does it affect your work? Does it make you nervous? Does it anything?
So work-wise, it obviously has affected it. Production is halted right now, and we're not entirely sure when it'll be up again, which is kind of disappointing because I've had to cut my LA trip short this time. In my personal life, you know, I've gotten some side eyes, dirty looks, people kind of stepping away from me, especially if I like cough or sneeze, which I do sometimes because I have allergies. But I'm not particularly worried. You know, I'm about to go home and just hang out in my house for a couple weeks, and I think I'll be fine. I think we'll all be fine.
How much different are you than people see on camera? How much of this is an act?
That's a good question. I would say not a lot of it is an act. I'm probably trying to be more articulate than I usually am, but that's about it. Personality's the same.
You set goals for yourself in the business?
Yes, I do have goals. One of my big ones is to become a penthouse pet, but we'll see how that goes. You know, there's a lot of gorgeous girls out there that have been in the industry longer than me and are probably more experienced and talented, so hopefully we'll get there.
Do you have a OnlyFans, anything like that?
I do. I have an OnlyFans. It is XXX Lulu Chu.
Stuff you shoot for that, is that stuff you want to shoot or stuff you think will sell?
It's mostly what I want to shoot, but you know, every now and then I do ask my followers what they want to see because it is for their pleasure. You know, if they want a little bit of anal play, I'm okay with that. I'll do it. They've been asking for more boy-girl stuff, and I have plans for that. But mainly it's just like solos and stuff because that's what I like.
You do custom videos?
I do. I sell custom videos and photo sets.
Craziest request you got for a custom?
Someone asked me to shit in a container and send it to them so they could eat it. That was pretty crazy.
I'm guessing you didn't do it?
No, I didn't respond to them. That's not really my style.
For branding purposes, do you feel people come to Lulu more for personality or for watching me get boned?
You know, I would say the fleeting fans come to me just to see me get boned because they're like, oh, a pretty Asian girl, let's watch her get fucked. And then the fans that actually care a little more are like, oh, we like Lulu because she's fun and she's smart and cute.
We joked about being Asian and being born where you were born and all that stuff. Do you feel that there's any bias towards you just as a performer because you're Asian? Because like African American people say there's racism against them and so forth?
Absolutely, yes. There's quite a lot of fetishization surrounding Asian women, and I have obviously been a part of that. I've had to turn down a couple clips here and there because, you know, they want me to do a Chinese accent or say something, you know, like, you know, me love you long time, stuff like that. And, you know, that's not really something I condone. Obviously, I don't have an accent. I'm not going to pretend I have one.
Your family knows what you're doing? They're cool with it?
They know what I'm doing. They are not cool with it. They're not happy, no, but it's okay. You know, there's a reason I moved out right after I turned 18.
So you don't stay in touch with them?
Not really, no.
Do you remember the first time you did something sexually?
Yeah. My first blowjob was when I was 15. It's a really funny story. I was flirting with this guy in the library, and he mentioned me sucking his dick, and I am a very stubborn, competitive person, so I was like, I'll do it. I'll suck your dick. Just tell me when. So we arranged to meet before school. I had my mom drop me off early, and we went into the woods behind our junior high, and I sucked his dick, and it was my first time, so I didn't swallow, and I just made him come on the ground.
How would you consider yourself good at blowjobs?
I would consider myself pretty damn good at giving head.
For you, what's the secret to a good BJ? Are you a hand person, spit, tongue?
I'm definitely tongue, and just, my thing is I like to pay a lot of attention to the head and get it as far down my throat as I can.
Had you masturbated or anything before giving a blowjob?
You know, masturbation was always really hard for me, and I could never figure out why. It wasn't until last year, actually, that I had my first orgasm, and it turns out that I'm a squirter, which I think had something to do with why it was so difficult.
Were you surprised, scared, shocked when you squirted the first time?
I was real shocked. I was on cam, and I just had my Hitachi on. I didn't, expect anything of it, but suddenly there was, liquid shooting out of me, and I was like, oh wow, I guess that was an orgasm. And all of my fans loved it, so I just kept going, and I ended up orgasming 18 times that show.
Wow. Are you camming now?
Currently I'm not, but I am considering getting back into camming for, this quarantine thing, because I'm going to just be stuck at home.
Remember where you were the first time you went all the way?
Yes. When I lost my virginity, it was in a really shitty townhouse on a mattress on the floor with a guy that I met on Instagram and hadn't met before.
Did he give you some kind of line or something? Or what did he convince to get in your pants, basically?
He was just really hot. And at that point, I was like, I'm 17, I've sucked so many dicks and I haven't had sex yet. Let's just try it. Let's just get it over with. First time out of the way. I want to be done with it.
Do you become sexually active, or do you wait before you do it again?
Oh, I was immediately just like, next one. Let's try this again.
Were you the hit and run type of girl who you just saw a dude bone him and move?
Yeah, I was lots of one night stands for me. I never really stayed the night or hung around. As soon as he was done, I pretty much just left. Or kicked him out.
If you had sex quite a bit in school, there must have been some way for the dudes to know that, hey dude, she's hot, she puts out.
I don't know about the hot part, but there was definitely the she puts out part, and I think that was enough to get most of their attention.
And you as a woman, what is it that gets you going? You like your neck nibbled, your boobies played with, or your clit licked? I mean, what's a dirty talk?
I like to get choked and have my hair pulled and get spanked and to have my ears kind of bit. That's a little more of a funkier one, but any of those will definitely turn me on.
Do you like public sex?
Yeah, I'm an exhibitionist. I love it.
For you, is the rush people are watching, or you might get caught?
Both. Definitely both.
Have you ever considered doing a celebrity sex tape?
I mean, I guess. It depends on the celebrity.
Or would you have a fantasy celebrity you'd like to do one with?
Ooh. Off the top of my head, Angelina Jolie, Megan Fox, and Michael B. Jordan. Maybe not all at the same time, but I like them very much. I would want Angelina Jolie to go full dominatrix on me. There's this scene from Mr. and Mrs. Smith where she has on a trench coat and she takes it off to reveal, a sexy latex dress, and that was wonderful. That probably helped me realize that I was bi. Megan Fox, I would do anything she wanted me to do. If she wanted me to top, I'd be cool with it. If she wanted me to bottom, I would love it so much.
The gentleman, what could he do to you?
Anything.
Anal?
Ooh. There would have to be a lot of prep for that, and I would have to know beforehand if he wanted to do anal, but yeah, Michael B. Jordan could put it in my ass.
Would you do him with the strap on?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I've always wanted to try that. It sounds really interesting.
Would you consider having sex with Donald Trump?
No, never. Not in a million years.
Would you peg him if you could?
If I got paid enough, I would punish that man within an inch of his life.